My roommate refused to clean her dirty dishes, so after she yelled at me, I threw them in her bed. I came home at 11 p.m. after a 12-hour shift at the hospital, and the smell hit me before I even opened the apartment door. Rotting food, stagnant water, that sour, humid stench that meant my roommate hadn't touched the dishes in over a week. Again, the sink was overflowing, plates stacked so high they were tilting, a pot with something green and fuzzy growing inside it, forks glued to plates with what looked like concrete made of dried cheese and pasta sauce, a cup with floating chunks I didn't want to identify. Fruit flies circled the faucet like tiny vultures. I texted her, "Maya, the dishes, please." 3 dots appeared, disappeared. Then, "I'll do it when I can. Stop nagging." I stared at that text for a full minute. My hands were shaking. This wasn't the first time. It wasn't even the 10th. For 6 months, I'd asked nicely, left post-it notes on the fridge, tried doing her dishes myself until I realized I was just enabling her. We'd had 3 separate house meetings, where she'd nod, apologize, promise to do better, then leave another mountain of filth 2 days later. Last month, I found maggots in a pan she'd left soaking for 9 days. I looked at the sink, at the text, at my reflection in the black TV screen, exhausted, still wearing scrubs that smelled like antiseptic and sweat, holding my phone like it might explode. Then I started moving. I grabbed every single dirty dish, plates crusted with food, bowls with petrified cereal rings, cups with milk residue dried into chalky films, forks, spoons, knives, sticky with sauce, the pot with the fuzzy green science experiment. I carried them all, armload by armload, down the hallway to her bedroom. Her door was unlocked. Her bed was neatly made white comforter, decorative pillows arranged just so. She always kept her room perfect while treating our shared spaces like a landfill. I dumped the first load onto her comforter. Plates clattered, food scraps scattered across the white fabric, crusty tomato sauce, dried egg yolk, something that might have been chicken once. I went back for more. Bowls, cups, that disgusting pot, which I flipped upside down so the moldy contents spilled across her pillows. I made 4 trips total. By the end, her bed was covered, dishes everywhere, food debris ground into her sheets. The stench from the sink had relocated to her personal sanctuary, but I wasn't finished. I went back to the kitchen, grabbed the large mixing bowl we used as a dish-soaking basin, and carried it full of gray, greasy water with floating food particles to her room. I stood there for just a second, looking at that bowl of festering dishwater, at her bed, at the line I was about to cross. Then I poured it over her pillow. The water spread across the white fabric, turning it gray and brown, soaking into the mattress beneath. Bits of food stuck to the pillowcase. The smell intensified, rot and stagnation, and 6 months of disrespect finally made visible. I heard the front door open. "Hello?" Maya's voice, cheerful, oblivious. "I'm home." I walked out of her room and stood in the hallway. She was dropping her purse on the kitchen counter, pulling out her phone, probably about to text someone about her great day, while ignoring the disaster she'd created. She looked up and saw my face. "What?" she said, defensive already. "Check your room." She stared at me. "What did you do?" "I put your dishes away." Her expression shifted confusion, then understanding, then fury. She pushed past me, threw open her bedroom door, and screamed. "Are you fucking insane?" She spun around, face red, actually shaking. You ruined my bed, my mattress. There's food everywhere. Is that dishwater on my pillow?" "You said you'd do it when you could," I said calmly. I couldn't wait anymore. "I'm calling the landlord. You're psychotic. You're getting kicked out." I picked up my keys. "Call whoever you want, but those dishes are finally in your space, not mine." I walked out the door.